Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mystery Sports Podcast. You know, today I wasn't gonna do the stream today. I was gonna do it tomorrow, and I was obviously thinking that United weren't gonna weren't gonna lose today, really. And I mean, you know, it's something that I'm like, I don't know what's happened. I don't know. I'm a bit speechless in terms of what I've seen tonight. I thought tonight was gonna be not an easy game. I thought it was gonna United were gonna win the game comfortably, like a 3-1 or a 3-0, 2-0, whatever it might have been. And, that just didn't happen. And like I am really annoyed in terms of what I've watched because I'm just like I was watching the game and I was like, there was no sort of energy in the side. Everton going down to 10 men in 13 minutes and United not even working Everton. They didn't look like they broke a sweat during that game. They didn't look like they had to win that game, like had to dig deep. I mean, it was quite simple for Everton really to hold on to the lead and to the 3 points. So, I think in terms of United and how they've played, I think it's quite appalling and quite embarrassing, as Gary Neville said. And I don't 100% agree with Gary Neville. That was an embarrassing performance from Man United at home, your home ground. You're dominating possession. You're gonna have so much of the ball. They have a red card in 13 minutes, and even prior to the red card, Everton were the better team. After the red card, in the 28th minute, Drewsbury Hall scores a wonder goal, right? Because I don't think anyone's saving that. Maybe Lemans gets a better grip on it, not grip on it, but, touch of the ball if he sees the ball getting hit before he has kind of had to react to make the save, which obviously as a goalkeeper that's his job at the end of the day. But at the same time, I feel like not I don't want to make excuses for the only real way that I feel like he does save that is if he does see the ball when it does initially get hit. But nevertheless, and that was a good goal, and I always thought Everton were going to score because United can't keep clean sheets, it seems. But being at home, the quality we should have or we have on the pitch and on paper realistically should be grabbing goals, and we just didn't. We just looked rubbish today. We looked awful, and I mean, respects to Everton, respects to David Moyes getting his first win at Old Trafford, well deserved for him. Um, and United really need to look at what when we don't have the likes of Cunha and Shesko, United aren't that good of a side. And you know, I feel like even I was getting a bit ahead of myself that I thought, oh, you know what, we'll turn up to this game and we'll go and win. But that isn't what United do. United aren't that team yet. Everything goes in favour of United. City losing, Liverpool losing, um, Brentford losing, teams slipping up, draws and whatever. And then Sunderland slipping up as well. And then you go and you on Monday night, you need to go and perform. You're at home, you need to get a win. But then no, you go and lose the game, and Everton are now level on points with you, and you're 10th and they're 11th. And now the gap between to City goes to instead of going being 1 point, it remains 4 points. And if City go and win, and we our next game against Palace, and we probably might lose that away at Palace is a tough game. If that was to happen, we probably will be 12th again. And realistically, I think the reality just sets in, and we've got a lot of work to do. In terms of the first half, I thought first half we just the you know what? The entirety of the game, there was just no attacking threat. Like, I know we had 20 odd chances or shots or whatever. Only like four of them went on target. I'm like, how can you be having 20 shots and four of them being on target? 16 of them just I don't understand. Like Bruno, we had an effort in the second half where he's trying to shoot with the outside of his foot. I'm like, come on, it's clearly obvious. You hit it with your left foot and it goes in. Dorgu in the first half, I mean, Dorgu had a pretty poor game, and I'm going to do the player rating soon. But Dorgu, he has that chance where he's through and side foots it. You're left footed, lad. Hit it with your laces and it goes in. It's obvious. All you've got to do is just put your foot through it and blast it in the net. It's just like I don't understand like where the IQ of these footballers. They're supposed to be brilliant footballers who play for Man United, and it's just nothing there. It's just disgusting from them. And I mean, Delo. looked rubbish when he came on. I don't know why he's taking Dog. Well, he probably could have made other substitutions instead of Delo because I think Delo the past few games has looked awful. He just doesn't look like a proper player anymore. Bruno, obviously, like I said before about the shot where he hits it with his outside with his foot trying to trivela it. He's not Gracie Smith. I mean, well, I'm saying that he's not he can't do it. He can't do that in that position. You need to just put the ball through and get it in the net and get it 1-1. Then you get the ball and you bring it back and you build from there. But there was nothing from them. Xerxes looked lethargic, maybe because he's not had any game time. That's you can only like leeway with him. But at the same time, it's like there's some of the link up passing that Xerxes was doing was just awful. It's not what we've seen of him, and it's not what we know he can do. Um, and Bemo just didn't look like Mbeumo, and I saw a stat that he's never scored against Everton, and he don't look like he's gonna score. I mean, he's had 2 chances today where he probably should have done better, but I mean, I'm gonna go my man of the match of the game was Jordan Pickford. I think Jordan Pickford had an amazing game. The saves he's pulled off today basically gets Everton in the side in the game really, 'cause I don't think if you have Jordan Pickford in or any other keeper in the net, sorry, I think United go and win that game 2-1 because Xerxes' 2 headers probably go in. And I think even Mbeumo's shot where he's kind of Mbeumo's just hit it on the half turn and Pickford's made another wonderful save. So, I mean, Jordan Pickford just a bit on him. He was amazing today, and that's why he's England's #1 goalkeeper. I don't see Dean Henderson doing that at Palace. But let's go on to the player ratings. So, obviously, Lemon's obviously in net for United. I'll probably give you a 5. No, I'll give you a 6. It's just bang average performance. You probably should have done better with the goal, but he didn't have really much to do. Obviously, that was probably going to happen anyway. Yoro, probably a 5. Didn't look good on the ball. I mean, he was playing too deep. Delit, a 5. I think he out of all 3 centre halves, he was probably our best one. He was winning a lot of his duels, but then at the same time, I think he could have played the ball a bit quicker sometimes. I mean, we made a good cross for, I think it was Mount who like miscued the header. Shaw, I'll give you a 3. Shaw looked awful today. There was no urgency from him. He wouldn't get forward. I mean, he looked so slow. It was unbelievable. And I'm sure Lisandro Martinez could. I know he's obviously come back from injury, but I'm sure he could have played 20 minutes of football. He's been training first team training for over 2 weeks now. I'm sure he could have played 20 minutes of football. And United, I think Ruben Amorim's subs today were shocking, and I'll get onto it in a second when I do Ruben's rating. Mazraoui, obviously, only played the first half, didn't do much. 5. Bruno, 6. Just he tried creating chances, but still looked lethargic. Didn't move the ball quick in the energy that we needed. Casemiro played 60 minutes. No, he didn't really do much. Got himself yellow carded. Um, but it's hard for Casemiro. Probably 5 again. Dorgu, she played in 60 minutes again. I'd probably go 5. Didn't really look like he was gonna create many chances, obviously missed a sitter. And Mbeumo, 6, just he tried scoring but couldn't, and, I mean, I think out of all the players, him and Ahmad were probably the only ones who tried to do something on that pitch. Ahmad, 6, I think he was probably our best player on the pitch. He was always creating something, and I think a lot in that second half especially, he was putting so many good balls in, and Mount, Xerxes, um, Casemiro out when he was on the pitch for a brief period of time in the second half, just didn't do anything, didn't get onto those crosses that we were putting in, and I thought those crosses were brilliant, and I don't know why he did not put them in. Xerxes, 5, just bang average, didn't really do much. And then in terms of obviously the players who came on, obviously Kobe Mainoo, I think it was very hard for him to get into the game. Probably go with a 5. He tried doing bits, but it didn't come off. Mount obviously played the whole of the second half, and I think Mount probably deserves a 5. Had 2 chances where he probably should have done better with them. And Delo probably a 3, just looked rubbish on the pitch. He came onto the pitch. I don't know why he's put Delo on for um, Dorgu. I think if you're gonna go for you've got 2 players there, Shaw and Delo. They're both fullbacks, right? Shaw wasn't getting forward, which I think is shambolic. Delo, whenever he gets onto the ball, he always wants to go on his right foot. He's got no left foot, and he can't use his left foot. So I don't know why he wasn't on there. I'm looking at the players who we have on the bench. Obviously, Tyra Malacia left-footed, but I wouldn't put him on. But we have Lisandro Martinez, and like I said before, I think Lisandro Martinez could easily play 20 minutes of football. You could have put Lisandro Martinez as the left-sided centre half and kept Dorgu or probably Shaw for the left wing back. I would have probably put Dorgu there. I would have just kept him because he's left-footed, and I feel like he was starting to create chances. He was getting into the game, even though he had a poor game. I do think if you let him play a little bit longer in that game, I think he does create more chances, and I think we start to do slightly better on the pitch. And and we've got someone who can whip the ball in with the left foot because you look at the second half, Delo kept wanting to go on his right foot. Shaw wasn't getting forward, so the crosses weren't coming in anyway from him, even though there was only like two of the game or whatever it might have been. Bruno was on that side. Ahmad obviously switched back to the right hand side, which I don't know why he didn't do that in the first half. And you know, maybe we probably should have put Shea Lacey on. I think give him a bit of youth and just stick him out there because he probably run, and we know how good he is. He's supposed to be a brilliant attacking player, and when we're chasing the game, Xerxes looks like he's not can't do anything. Why don't you stick him up front? Like we put Maguire up top. I mean, obviously Maguire's missed the clutch, but we could put Shaw Lacey on, and we don't know what will happen there. I mean, we could have possibly scored. Who knows? But I just think in terms of Ruben Amorim and the entire thing, I think this is the worst performance I've seen of Ruben Amorim this year, and I'm probably going to give him a 3 in his rating. I just think his team selection was wrong. I think, I mean, I predicted Xerxes to start. Obviously, I think from this game you can tell we miss Cunha massively. I think without Cunha, we don't have anyone who can get on the ball like Cunha does and just dribble through people. The link-up play with him and Mbeumo and it is just fantastic. So hopefully he's back for Palace. I mean, it just shows to show like when you have Ahmad on that right wing side position, he just looks so much better than he as the number 10. I think. I just think the way you can get forward and he creates that space on the wing is just so much better than what we have. Um, and obviously, hopefully, it can be Mbeumo and um, Cunha in the midfield come Saturday. And I think, that is what, if we're looking at the predicted lineup for the weekend, I think you probably go Martinez instead of Shaw. Ahmad, obviously, at right wing back instead of Mazraoui. Dorgu has to probably play. And I think your two tens are Mbeumo, Mount, and Cunha up top if he's fit. Um, you know, that's probably what I would do and what I think Ruben Amorim has to do. But apart from that, I just think it was a lethargic performance from United, and there was no urgency, there was no fight, there was nothing there from the players, and where that puts us in the league, it basically we are now 10th, so we had the chance to go fourth, but that didn't happen. We're still sat on 18 points, obviously in front of us now. So obviously Tottenham are ahead of us on the same points. Everton are now 11th, Liverpool are 12th, and Brentford are 13th. So Liverpool, Everton, ourselves, and Tottenham are joint ninth on 18 points. Then you've got Bournemouth, Sunderland, Brighton, who are all on 19 points, and that's Brighton are in the sixth. Palace and Villa. Palace is fifth on 20 points. Villa and City. Villa's on 21 and City are on 22. Chelsea 23, but I think we can say that Chelsea are probably another level towards the other teams at the moment, and probably City as well. But in terms of what I think United now need to look at is obviously going into Palace away from home is a difficult game, 12 o'clock Sunday. Um, United need to get a draw there. That's the best thing I can hope for. If we can nick a win, that'll be amazing. But United need to go to Palace and go for a draw and pray that Cunha's back because we massively miss Cunha. And I think without Cunha, United just don't look like the same side that we have been for the past previous 5 games. To be fair, obviously we've lost our unbeaten streak. It is what it is. And I think it's a massive reality check as well that we're not that side who can just turn up to any game and go and win. And it's just, yeah, it it's disappointing. Like, I think, like, you can tell by the way that I am reacting now, and I'm struggling for words because I'm really disappointed in what I've seen. And United it's just fucking it's just United, innit? Sorry for swearing, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I mean, I'm infuriated right now. Yeah, it's just like, why? Why? But it is what it is. United have lost. And from a weekend where City and Liverpool have slipped up, Sunderland have slipped up, Bournemouth slipped up, obviously Tottenham slipped up. It was a chance. It was a chance, and United fucking blew it. United fucking blew it again. It's always United. I said it today. I wish I didn't say it. I said it in English. I said this. Everything's gone in United's favour, and this is such a game that United go and lose. And one of my mates, me and Tom, we said it. We said this is the game where we go and lose, and we fucking lost. It's just like, yeah. Right, I'm gonna go cry because I am still upset. Only kidding. Well, I'm gonna go to bed now. But yeah. Well, thanks for all for watching. I know it's been a bit of a depressing stream at the end there. Well, obviously, let's hope United can go and bounce back against Palace, which is a freaking difficult game, a really, really difficult game. But apart from that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you've got any comments, please put them in, and please share, like, and subscribe. I'll catch you on in a bit.